Hi, Holly Perkins from Women's Strength Nation. So today I have for you 3 things that you can do to create gorgeous muscle. It's the #1 question I get every single week. I've got 3 very specific steps for you. Obviously, you have to be strength training, but how do we go about and do that effectively? #1, commit everything to technique. Use the mirrors in the gym. Research, look up the movements that you're doing online. Be dedicated and relentless to examining how your body is positioned as you are performing every single movement. Start every movement with beautiful technique, be committed to it, and always, 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 when in doubt, come back to what does my technique look like? Perfect technique creates perfect looking and functioning muscle. #2, pause. In every basic strength training move, let's say a bicep curl, a shoulder raise, there are 2 phases. There's an up and a down, an up and a down. In a squat, there's a down and an up. There's 2 phases in basic strength training exercises. At the point of transition where it would be hardest to hold the muscle, shoulder raise, there's 2 phases. It would be harder to hold weight here versus holding here, correct? At that point of transition, pause for 2 seconds. So on a shoulder raise, you would pause here for 2 seconds. On a bicep curl, you would pause here for 2 seconds. On a squat, you would pause at the bottom for 2 seconds. What that does is that requires so much effort and strength on behalf of the muscle. The muscle adapts faster, it adapts better, it looks more beautiful, and it creates long, lean, strong muscles that don't end up creating more unnecessary bulk, which, by the way, is possible for some women. This is a surefire way to make sure that you're really creating the beautiful muscle that you want. Then, once you want more of it, that's a different conversation. Tip #3 is make sure that the last 2 repetitions of every set throughout your workout are nearly impossible. If those last 2 repetitions of each set are not nearly impossible, your weight is too low and the muscles are not going to change. If the last 5 repetitions of a set are impossible, your weight is too heavy and you're going to start compensating and utilizing other muscles that you are not intending to use. Let me give you an example. If you're doing a deltoid raise with dumbbells, most women start anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds. If you are pausing at the top, okay, and the last 5 repetitions are nearly impossible, what's going to happen is you're going to start to compensate throughout that motion, and you're going to use muscles like your traps that are not intended for the exercise, that takes load off of the intended muscle and puts it elsewhere. The last 2 repetitions should be slightly sloppy, about 80% perfect, and no more than the last 2 repetitions, no less than the last 2 repetitions. If you follow these 3 tips, you're going to answer any question you could possibly have when it comes to strength training. As soon as you say, am I using enough weight? Just go back to, is your technique perfect? Are you pausing at the point of transition? And are the last 2 repetitions a wee bit sloppy? And if you can say yes, 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 you are right on track. That is the simplest way to go about it. And oh, by the way, I get more in depth with these 3 tips in my book, Lift to Get Lean. Check it out. It's an amazing book. I spent an entire year developing it, writing it, and nearly killing myself to bring it to you. And I really do want to change the lives of women through this book. It's everything you need to know about strength training, and it includes 4 totally unique strength training programs. So if you don't even know where to start with your strength training, check out my book. You can find it online. You can find it on womensstrengthnation.com. You can find it in the bookstore. You can find it on Amazon. Lots of places. There you have it, the 3 tips that you can use to create gorgeous muscle. I would love to hear from you. If you will leave a comment below, that gives me feedback so that I know if this information is helping you. If you want more of this information, and share your thoughts, questions, and ideas with me, because it is what gives me ideas for my future email updates. I love having you as part of this community. I would love to hear more from you. Share Women's Strength Nation with your friends. Share this email. Share me. Let's make it a nice big old fat love community that is filled with strength. I'm Holly Perkins, and I will see you soon.